If you wanna find me, yeah, I'm in the front row. Got my 2 tickets on me, I'm in the front row. The best place to be, I'm in the front row. Best place to be.
And we're back. Yes, indeed, we are. Another week in the bag. And how you feeling, Dev?
You know, I'm feeling real good today. Ready for a good show.
I'm good too, man. NBA's back, rolling.
Yeah, it's preseason.
I'm pumped, yeah. Even though it is preseason, I'm very excited. Everyone knows I love the Dodgers, but I've also always loved the Yankees. My mom's from New York. She drilled the Yankees in my head growing up.
But be
very
honest.
Happy to, yeah.
Yesterday, you were a little nervous at the
I was a
beginning.
little nervous.
I know you were.
But I did have faith that the Yankees could hit Santana. So that gave me a little faith, even though they're down 3-0. And it turned out to be a great game. A lot of home runs hit. That's what the Yankees do, hit a lot of bombs. So, and now, tomorrow, I think the Dodgers
start tomorrow. They play the winner of the game that's going on now. Arizona's playing the Rockies right now. I believe Arizona's up 4-0.
Yeah, so that's not good news for the Dodgers because the Diamondbacks played the Dodgers very well. But before we jump into baseball, and we got to jump into NFL, Cam Newton lost his mind.
Yeah.
Let's jump in real quick, guys. Let's get into some Lakers real quick since we're going to be on the topic of NBA. Lonzo Ball, a little underwhelmed a little bit. Fans are freaking out already. Kyle Kuzma is like the next Carmelo Anthony. They're all of a sudden this guy's our best player. It's an overreaction in 2 games, Dev. What's your thoughts so far?
Definitely overreaction.
Oh,
Definitely, it's preseason basketball. Guys are still getting their legs up under them.
Yeah.
And you got to realize, preseason basketball isn't like preseason football. Like, preseason football, they go through a whole month of training camp before they start. Or they go through weeks of training camp before. NBA, where they practice for 4 days, 5 days.
4 days.
Man,
Well,
we're already
especially
playing
now.
games.
They used to have 2 weeks.
Yeah, now they're playing games. So I think that's what's going to take a little while. And then these rookies, these guys are rookies.
Lakers are the youngest team in
they're
basketball.
rookies. They're young. It's going to take them a minute to get up to speed on the game. Lonzo's still learning. But the 6 assists, that's what I'm loving. 6 assists, you can't deny
and the
that.
rebounds.
Yeah, the rebounds. And he's
Got
not.
rebounds.
And he's playing limited minutes. He hasn't played full. So I just think those numbers, when equated to full games, real minutes.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, you're not going to want to throw Lonzo quite into the fire, but you're going to give him a lot of time. So 48 minutes in a game, how many minutes do you see him playing tonight?
I see
About
he's probably
30,
getting 30 32 around there
Yeah,
to initially
okay.
start. I think he could get around that.
That makes sense. So I think the Lakers, I don't see the 10-man roster or 10-man units going 5 and switch out for the other.
Nah,
5.
he's going to do a lot of mixing and matching, definitely.
You got to give playing time to Clarkson.
Correct.
Because if you put Anderson there, you're just going to take time
That's
away
why
from
I feel.
Clarkson.
I told you that last time. I think Clarkson's going to end up being the backup point guard.
I think he's going to do both.
Yeah.
I think we talked substitution, KCP goes out, Clarkson comes in. End of the quarter, Clarkson slides up to
when Lonzo goes out.
Get guard, and then Lonzo sits, KCP's back in. And then here we go. Yeah.
I can see that.
I think that's going to happen. So we do have some little scary injury moments, though. Lonzo Ball tweaked his ankle. Brandon Ingram got bumped
They
heads.
said he had a bruised head.
Yeah, he bumped heads.
I just think it kind of sucks for Lonzo because tonight they're playing Ontario, his home, right down the street from his home city, and he's not even playing because he has that sprained ankle. That's not cool, but it's all right. We just need him healthy for the regular season. When he gets ready, that's when we know it'll be all right.
Yeah, but, Brook Lopez is ready to go.
Looks like.
But they're going to hold him out till Sunday, which is cool with me. Same with Bogut. So, and I think everyone will be back by Sunday, right? I think Lonzo will be back. Ingram will be back.
Full squad.
Yeah. Hart gets his first burn tonight. But that's good, though, with Lonzo sitting out, Ingram sitting out, because guys who didn't really get to play yet, Vanderblue,
correct,
he hasn't seen a whole lot of time. Good for him. He's going to get to run, and I know he wants to play. He doesn't want to be in the G League anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
Hearing interviews he's done, he's over it. And he's a good cat, so, I wish him all the best. I don't know if you got to catch any of the Sixers game.
No, I haven't.
Ben Simmons was making some crazy passes.
Well, yeah, I see the highlights of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But Ben Simmons looked like he's ready with them. You better be ready. You sat out a whole year. Right. I've always thought he had the skills.
6'9".
Yeah, and then
point guard.
and I always thought he had the skills to do some things. I just want to see if they could put it all together and make it happen, for real.
Yeah. And who else did I want to get? Oh, my boy D'Lo, baby, holding it down in Brooklyn.
Oh, I already
in
knew.
The BK.
I knew that was gonna happen. We talked. As soon as it happened, I said he's gonna be able to put up major numbers over there. But they're
fill
still
it up. And it wasn't just he scored a lot of points. He took a lot of shots. He was efficient. Shot 50% from the field, 50% from 3-point. had 19 points in 22 minutes.
He's going to be able to do that all season.
So you figure he's going to play more than 22 minutes a night. He's going to be putting up close to 20-something points a night, 25 points a night, something like that.
I predict that he'll average more than they have wins this year in points. He'll average more points than they have wins.
Brooklyn is better than the Bulls.
I don't agree with that.
Who's on the Bulls?
The Bulls
have nobody. Did you see their media day? That was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
But who does Brooklyn have behind
I think
D'Angelo
the defenders
Russell?
have more recognizable players than the Chicago Bulls.
I'll say this. I look at this. Each team's best player when they're healthy. Zach LaVine, I feel like, is better than D'Angelo Russell. I'd rather have Zach LaVine than D'Angelo Russell.
What's Zach LaVine better at than D'Angelo Russell?
I feel like he's just more of an explosive player. I don't think either one of them is a great shooter.
D'Angelo Russell's a really good shooter. He's a lot better shooter than Zach LaVine.
He's a lot better. More athleticism. He's a better defender.
D'Angelo Russell's a better scorer, a better passer.
That's debatable. I just think Zach LaVine didn't get a chance to showcase it because they were still trying to give the ball to Wiggins there. They still had Shabazz Muhammad there. Ricky Rubio handled the ball a lot there. I think Zach LaVine is a guard that needs to have the ball in his hands, and I think he can make a big factor.
I think you're tripping.
No, I think I've seen
D'Angelo Russell's better than Zach LaVine.
I don't think so. I'm not willing to agree with that one. I don't think so.
I don't see...
You'll see, I think he's going to really get a chance. If he comes back from his knee injury, that's always a question mark. He tore his ACL last year. They said he should be back within a couple months, within a month or two within the season. So I think if he comes back, I think he's going to get a chance.
But who else is on the Bulls that's any good?
Nah, well, I'm not saying their team's going to be good. I'm not at all.
Because even in Brooklyn, we know Brooklyn's going to be bad, but you still got D'Angelo Russell, you got Jeremy Lin who can still play, and you have what's the name at small forward, DeMarre Carroll.
DeMarre Carroll isn't someone that I'm going to write home to mom about, like, as a factor out here. Like, in the race, he's not doing nothing out here. But either way, we're arguing over two whack teams that don't even matter. Two teams that we don't even care about that teams are going to sniff the playoffs.
All right. And then, so what do you think about the Cavs now? The roster's final.
I think
Kevin Love's playing the 5 now. He's at the center.
I'm intrigued to see how that works.
Defensively, they're going to be terrible.
No, but also, I think like this, though. I looked at it like this. It's not like how many back-to-the-basket centers we got out here that Kevin Love's going to really have to sit here and guard. Like, that's not
because everyone stretches the floor.
Exactly. So that works for him perfect. He's not going to be out. And Kevin Love's a rebounder, so they're not going to lose anything rebounding. So I think that's good. And I think they'll bring Tristan as the backup center now. So now they're just going to have them as a rotation. I think it makes them better because it lets them get more shooters and more athleticism on the court at all times. Because when they had him and Tristan, I think they're somewhat limited what they can do because there's two big guys. But now with him moving to the 5, I think you can slide an extra big body in there. Like they said, they're going to put Crowder at the 4. That's good. More mobility, guy that can defend multiple positions. So Crowder's going to start at the 4 now, and then you still have D Wade's going to start. Yeah, Braun's going to start, and then the point guard's going to be either D Rose.
That team just sounds so bad defensively.
I agree. It's just a lot thrown in there. I agree. I think it's just like
they're going to be fun to watch.
Any player we can get, let's just throw them in there.
Yeah.
And then let's see how it mixes. I don't know. I think it has a high chance to implode and not be good.
Bet. Yeah. Also, I don't know if you checked out Houston and.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Melo started the game on fire, had 10 in a row.
I don't think OKC's going to be that good.
I don't think they're going to be that bad. I think they're going to be good. I think Melo is rejuvenated, and he's going to be the third wall. And I think I heard him in his interviews. I think he understands what he is, and I think he's going to accept that. I think teams like
Houston are just going to roll right over OKC.
And I'm the opposite. I don't think Houston's going to fully mesh and gel with that.
Houston looked great last night.
It's first game.
Chris Paul had the ball, and it was just like, you score.
We'll see.
And they were actually. He even said that he's like Eric Gordon, like that, like he was pumped.
Yeah, they put up like 55 threes or something yesterday.
And that's what they're gonna do.
They're gonna put up
threes. And the team's all ball movement. It's no longer one guy like Chris Paul. Like it was low key on the Clippers, man. They didn't like the fact that Chris Paul held the ball all the time. Now you're with D'Antoni, who hates guys who just hold the ball. This is his ball movement the whole time. 7 seconds or less, the offense is. That's what originated from him.
Can we talk about the Clippers before we get off of this? I want to talk about them. I've seen them, and I like what I saw from that European point guard they got, to that Theodosius. Or whatever
you saw that full court under.
Yeah, those passes he's doing out there, I'm liking it. He looks good. Looks like the players are already excited. Like, I think that they have a chance to be good.
But he is 32 years old, and he hasn't been in the NBA his whole career till now for a reason, right? I mean, if you're gonna try to sell me on the fact like, oh, he's from Greece and he was playing in Greece.
But
like,
what
no,
I'm saying is, I'm not gonna. You every time. I'm not saying the Clippers are gonna win a world championship. I'm just
they're
saying,
not close.
I think they have the chance to make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, they're 7, 8 seed for sure.
Because Gallinari's not bad. They got Patrick Beverly out here. Like they're not a bad team. If you really looked at what
they're
they
just
have.
a bad shooting team.
We'll see. I think Gallinari's gonna help them, and I agree with. I
know, but Gallinari hasn't played more than 50 games in like 4 years.
I agree, and neither has Blake, so we can't count on Blake either.
Exactly.
Really, right? So we'll see.
So your only real like legit scorer now. I mean, Blake Griffin's kind of a legit scorer, but he scores by being set up, and now you don't. I mean, I guess the Greek point guard could set him up a little bit, but your game's a lot different without Chris Paul. I mean, they're gonna notice night and day, like, damn, I don't got Chris Paul anymore. It's a lot different. Their guy is Lou Williams is going to be the guy running the show right there.
I've been cold on Chris Paul for the last 2 or 3 years anyway, so I don't think they're missing that much.
I don't know how you've been cold on Chris Paul.
If you ask me, I don't think he's still top 5 point guard in the NBA, but that's for another discussion.
Who was 5 point guards better than him?
Westbrook, Steph Curry, Dame Lillard.
I don't think Dame Lillard's better than him.
I'm talking. I do. Westbrook, Steph Curry, Dame Lillard. There's some other one. I can't think right now. I have it already.
So right now, if you took Lillard off the Blazers and replaced him with Chris Paul, that would be worse?
No, I think they'd be about the same. If you put Lillard on the Clippers, you think the Clippers would have been worse?
Look what Chris Paul did to the Clippers.
Okay, but
they were like a 15-win team when he got there. And the next year, they won, 50-something
But
games?
it's not like he didn't come by himself. They had Blake Griffin was
those guys were there.
And
those guys were already there.
He's the big reason the main reason why. Like, Chris Paul's another good player, definitely. But
Chris Paul is like arguably maybe a top 10 player still.
No, I don't agree with that at all. Like, I don't agree with that at all.
I think people just get down on the guy too much because they haven't gotten past the second round.
Well, that's part of him. That's part of him as a player. I think that he's been in there so long and he's never done it. Like, if he's so great, he should have elevated his team past that point already. That's how I feel. If you want to make him top 5, why?
But yeah,
what has he done?
Chris Paul he gets kind of like a bad rap because he kind of got caught in the middle of like an era ending to an era beginning, and both of the teams were better than his. Like Kobe, when the Kobe era was ending, Chris Paul was like, all right, my turn. It's like, wait, here comes Golden State. Like, and now that era is beginning, and that team was better than his team. So he kind of got caught like in between 2 eras. And it's really not his fault. And both those teams that are better than him, both star players are both better than him. Kobe's better than him. Curry's better than him. So it's like he kind of got caught in like the middle. And it's not his fault, but it's no one else's fault either because no one else is going to beat him. I mean, Kevin Durant got tired of losing. He joined him. You know? Kevin Durant even knew what it was. But, hey, last thing on the NBA real quick, man. Russell Westbrook signs his 5-year, $205 million extension on Kevin Durant's birthday.
Yeah.
Bro.
A lot of people were not happy with that. A lot of people thought he was trolling Kevin Durant.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I mean, I don't see why it's possible because he could have signed that any time. They were even asked him at training camp about it, and I don't know, I'm just happy to be here, blah, blah, blah. But he trolled him and signed it on his birthday.
Yeah.
Hey, the biggest contract in NBA history on your birthday.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I can't be mad at it. I mean, it was cool. I mean, I think he deserved it. I think he rewarded the Thunder for them, like, actually showing him. I think what happened was...
Do you think that does anything for Paul George to stay?
He says it does, but I still think short of them,
George is gone.
Short of them winning a championship, Paul George is out of there. I agree.
He's gone. I think Carmelo's gone too.
But this is another thing. I
think Carmelo's still going to Houston.
I was thinking about this.
I think Melo's going to Houston.
What if the Lakers have a bad season and the players don't develop, the players don't look good, they have another 20-win season? Why would Paul George want to go to the Lakers? I know it's home, and I thought that too, but I'm thinking it's still. I was one of the ones, I used to always tell you. He's coming. Now I still think that.
Well, look at that team. Clearly, right now is better than they were last year, right? Can
Correct.
we agree on that?
The Lakers are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, you're gonna say I disagree, but you're gonna say Lonzo's better than D'Angelo, right? Okay, so that's an upgrade there. KCP is better than who was their starting shooting guard last year?
It was Clarkson, right?
Clarkson didn't start. Oh, it was Nick Young.
Oh,
so KCP is better than Nick Young, right?
Okay, I'll give you that, but I don't know.
Not by much.
Not by much.
Clearly
okay.
Defensively, right?
Okay, defensively, yes.
But points wise, they're maybe like not that far away.
Not that far apart.
Yeah.
It's just KCP is viewed better now. So, I mean, viewed highly more, so he's going to get, you know what I mean? People are going to look at him more. Then Nick Young's not viewed as a top-level player anymore.
Exactly. And then you got Brandon Ingram, who's a little bit better than he was last year. And then you have Julius Randle, who's a little bit better than he was last year. And now you're taking out Mozgov and replacing him with Brook Lopez. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and now maybe your bench is a little bit deeper. You got Kuzma coming off the bench, who looks like he's going to be a good player. You have Clarkson coming off the bench, who's still developing, still getting better, just like the other guys. I think they're just a little bit deeper now. You got Larry Nance coming off the bench. Like, these are the guys that are developing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think all in all, they're at least 5 games better, right? They won 26 last year. They can win 30 games this year, right? Barring any crazy injury.
Yeah, 30's not.
They won 26 last year. Remember, all of December last year they were hurt. They got hurt like the last week of November and all of December. That they had like in that month of December, D'Angelo, Clarkson,
I remember that.
Randall, Ingram, all these guys just went down, dropping like flies one after another.
I remember.
So, yeah,
I just feel, me personally though, I just feel like.
Well, I never said they're going to win over 35 games.
Correct.
And some people are like, 40. But then it's like, you see these 2 games, they're really bad defensively. They're just bad. But I don't even think defensively is what really killed them in these last 2 games. I think the turnovers. They had 22 turnovers the other night, so I think that's a big deal.
They're young still. That's one thing everyone needs to realize. They're young. It's going to take a while for them to learn defense. So you're going to have to be patient. These fans thinking they're going to make the playoffs and do all this year. You just got to be patient. They're still a young team. They're still up and coming. This is like part of the process. You got to, as the Sixers say, to trust the process. Like, they're young. They're moving. Luke Walton's a good coach. I feel like he's installing the system. But it doesn't happen overnight. They're not just going to be great defenders overnight. They have to practice at it. They have to hear, learn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People are going to need patience.
But they need to show major improvement, I think, though. This is a year Lakers need to take a step. I need to see something
from
these
it has to
guys.
be this year.
Randall got to take that next step. Ingram, the biggest guy on the team, I think Ingram is the one that needs to take that next step. Are you going to be a superstar like everyone thought? Do you want to be on that superstar level?
He does. He puts in the work.
Yeah, or are you just going to be
happen.
average and just another one of these high draft picks that's just okay?
Is it going to be Rudy Gay?
Are you going to be Rudy Gay or Harrison Barnes? Or are you going to be Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Or are you going to step up? Because that's what the potential they were calling when he came out.
Yeah.
They say he's Kevin Durant. And he grew 2 inches, 6'11" now. Like, I think this is his time. He needs to make it happen. He needs to show some stuff. He needs to take over. He needs to be their scorer. There's nobody else there. You have to be the scorer this year, Ingram. It's Ingram's the man. So he needs. I need from day one, Ingram needs to, from day one, attack. And Ingram has the mentality. I'm the scorer on this team. This is my squad, and I'm going to make it happen.
Boom. I agree with that 100%. All right, Dev. I want to get into some football right now, some NFL talk, because you got to school us right now. What the hell is Cam Newton doing today, bro?
Your boy Cam Newton. I was chilling and I got seen the little interview he was doing. And I heard his quote and I said, "Oh no!" Immediately I said, "No."
I know. I saw you tweet that out.
I said, "Oh no, Cam, what are you doing?" Like, no. Basically, what he said was there was a woman reporter that was asked. He was at his press conference asking him a question about like routes or something. And he says, it's kind of, he starts laughing, and he says, it's kind of funny to hear a female talk about routes. I'm like, come on, Cam, you know better than that. You know better than that. Like, you can't just do that. Like, you can't say things like that. You can't just put that out there like that. And then especially, I can see if you're just on the streets and these random little girls run up to you like, hey, Cam Newton, what about that fade route? Or what about that post route you threw to Kelvin Benjamin? But this is a girl. That's her job. Like, it's not like you're talking to qualified reporters. You have to have credentials. Me and you both know how hard it is to get credentials to things like this. Yeah. So it's not like she's just some girl that walked off the street to go in this interview. Like, you know how it is.
Yeah,
like,
when you're credentialed, for you guys who don't know out there, wherever you apply for credentials, they check your background, they check your work,
correct,
your resume. They want to make sure you're legit. They're not just going to give it to you because
they don't let anyone show up.
Yeah,
So he knows that. So Cam Newton knows that he's talking to a room full of reporters that know football, that are there because they're professionals. And I'm positive he's probably seen that girl millions of times. That girl probably works and been to his press conferences before. So I don't know, like, if he just had a lapse in judgment or what. But, you know, the same thing's going to happen. He's going to put out a statement. The team's going to put out a statement. It's not how I feel. And then that's what it is. But he's going to
Was he already, like, in a bad mood for something? Like,
I don't know. Well, he's been acting weird lately because
they're not, like, amazing like they were 2 years ago.
He was acting weird. He's been acting sad. You know, when they lose, he's always acting sad at the press conference. But they beat the Patriots on Sunday. So now after the game, he's running, oh, y'all want to talk to me now? And now he's kind of in a good mood now, I guess, because he beat the Patriots on Sunday. So now he's back to being funny Cam and trying to joke around at the press conferences. But
so there's a surprise going on right now in the NFL because everyone expected the Patriots to come out and be amazing, and they're really not. And the Raiders, poor Raiders.
Again.
Carr, I mean, if he's out all 6 weeks, that's their season, right?
Definitely. And I also already thought before he got hurt that they weren't looking too great. They were already starting some slippage. Did you see when they played against the Redskins? The Redskins absolutely dominated them.
Yeah,
like,
that was bad.
That was bad. And then before that, and then what? Another thing against the Raiders is they're in that division with the Chiefs looking amazing right now. Chiefs are 4-0, looking like world beaters, and the Broncos are still there. Broncos are still a good team.
They actually look okay this year.
The Broncos are good. So the Raiders, thought they had more problems before this injury. But now with the injury, I think the Raiders are done.
Right?
I think, honestly, personally, I think they should try to sign Kaepernick. Why not? EJ Manuel's not going to get the job done. EJ Manuel's not a good quarterback. He's already proven he's not a starting quarterback. I think if he's going to be 6
someone's
weeks,
got to, because if you really want to end this whole thing about kneeling
but it's not going to happen. I've come to the fact that ship sailed. I personally feel Kaepernick's not going to get signed. If it hasn't happened now, dude, Brandon Weeden got signed today by the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Weeden got signed.
Yeah,
they're signing Brandon Weeden. You ain't signed. The Kaepernick's not going to get it. And this is like they say it's a system. He's a system quarterback. The Titans run a mobile read option offense with Mariota, who's probably the most mobile quarterback in the league.
This, man.
Like you have a mobile quarterback, and that's perfect for Kaepernick. But I don't get it. It's done. It's over. He's not going to get a job, and I feel bad that it's going to happen. But I don't.
So
see
he'll
Kaepernick.
never play football again?
I don't think he's going to ever play in the NFL again. I honestly don't. If he does, I'll be glad. But I don't think it's going to happen at this point.
Damn, that's terrible to hear. I really hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too, but I just don't see it. If it hasn't happened now, it's not going to happen.
What the hell? So Dallas lost to the Rams. Does that mean the Rams are for real? Or does that mean Dallas is just kind of, they're still trying to find themselves?
I think it's a little mixture of both. I think the
Dallas
Rams
offensively hasn't looked good this year.
Yeah, the Rams aren't as good as they were. I mean, the Rams aren't as bad as they were. Like, they actually have a competent coach who knows something about offense.
Looks okay, exactly. Yeah.
So Jared Goff is looking like a guy that was worthy of a first-round pick. Like, he's looking good, and I like the move. They went and got Sammy Watkins. Like, they look cool. Cooper Kupp, he's a nice receiver, the guys these have. Like, the Rams
Gurley's
look good.
back.
Gurley out here balling. Like, too bad it's a year too late. I drafted a number 1 overall last year on my fantasy team and did nothing for me. Yeah,
rough.
But it's all right. I still came home with the trophy despite him. But anyways, we're still. But anyways, and the Cowboys, I just think their defense is shredded. Their defense isn't good. Cowboys defense hasn't been good.
And their third down and their third down conversions, they look bad. I just
feel like their defense isn't good. They're getting lit up, and then their offense isn't producing like they were last year.
Yeah.
I think teams are stacking the box on Zeke 2 weeks in a row. He didn't have big games. He had 8 yards the week before against the Broncos and didn't have that much this week. So I just think teams are
I thought they were going to roll over the Rams.
I think everybody thought that. At Dallas, too. I think everybody thought that. But the Rams are showing that
maybe Dallas thought that, too, though.
Yeah, the Rams are showing that they're for real, though. It looks like they want to be a contender. And then their conference, their
division. They still make do the Rams make the playoffs?
No.
The Rams don't make the playoffs.
The Rams don't make the playoffs.
You heard that here, folks. Mr. Devin White, Mr. _D White. If you want to get at him, get him now.
I'm taking all criticism. Bring it.
Bring it.
But I don't think the Rams. I've watched them. I'm a Niner fan. Did you see the shootout they had against the Niners? Niners almost beat them last Thursday. They played the Niners on Thursday Night Football.
Oh, that's right. You're
it was an exciting game. And the Rams, I just think they still have some deficiencies on offense and defense, and we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still up in the air about them. I mean, I like the direction they're trending, the Rams. So we'll see. It looks good. The Chargers are just another story.
And this is
Parcells said it. You are what your record says you are. You're
exactly.
0-4. They're taping off seats in a 30,000 seat venue when they were selling out their 90,000 seat venue in San Diego last year.
But you can't just expect it's LA.
They're getting booed running out of the tunnel in a home game.
You can't just expect that the LA fans are just going to automatically just jump be your friend. We've talked about this. LA has too much going on for us to just jump on and be bandwagon fans. No, like maybe when they
the only cure for this is winning, right?
Definitely, that's it. But that was the part. I thought the Chargers were going to be good this year. They have a great defense.
That's what everyone thought.
They have a lot of young players. It's just
Phillip Rivers is still a good quarterback.
It seems like it's the same old stuff every year. Like I don't know. They just find a way to lose every week. Like, they always find a way to give it up. The first 2 games they should have won, but their kicker missed the 2 kicks. Young Ho Koo, their kicker, he missed 2 kicks. So, like, I just think it's always something with the Chargers. I think 0-4 is tough. Like, there's nobody coming back in their division. They might arguably they might be in the toughest division in the NFL. You got the Raiders in your division, you got the undefeated Chiefs, and then we talked about the Broncos. So it's the Chargers are done. They don't have any hope for playoffs. I think they're done. They might as well get a look at their young players because I think honestly, realistically, there's nothing the Chargers are going to do to come back this season. 0-4. They're already 4 games behind the first place team in their division.
Yeah,
they're 0-4, and you're only playing 12 more games, so it's going to be hard to come back from 4 games.
True that. All right, let's wrap it up now with some baseball. So yeah, like we said, touched on earlier, Yankees, they pulled out a good win, and now you got the Dodgers coming up on tomorrow. I think the Dodgers are gonna have a tough time on their hand with these Rockies.
I told you, you don't want those Rockies.
So, I mean, the Rockies, the Diamondbacks
or Rockies.
See, that's what I'm hoping is gonna happen.
I think you don't want but I think the Rockies have a winning record against the Dodgers this year too. If I'm looking correctly,
I'm not worried.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't think the Dodgers want any problems with either one of those teams. And I think the wild card. We talked about this. I think the wild card is kind of unfair because they're getting a head start. They're getting a game. They're getting loose. The Dodgers haven't played in like a week. You know what I mean? The D-backs are playing tonight, and then they're going to play tomorrow or in 2 days. I think the D-backs already have an advantage. They're already in the playoff mode. They've already been in a playoff game, an elimination game.
Yeah.
They're going to go through that. So the winner of that is going to go to the Dodgers. Like, we already won an elimination game. We ready for the playoffs. Dodgers been chilling for a week. You know, timing is everything in baseball.
Oh, yeah,
so
definitely.
I think that could be a big factor early in that series.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So let's hope the boys in blue bring it, man. I mean, they have to. I'm tired of waiting.
Well, you
know, I know LA's tired of waiting.
They are. Dodger fans have been talking big cash. They've been talking that cash money all season. I've been hearing from them. So now's the time to put up. And if they better put up, they have to. This is playoff time. Everybody talking about the best team Dodgers ever had. One of them. Kershaw better be bringing it on Friday. Game 1, Kershaw needs to bring it. Silence all the doubters.
Oh, definitely 100%. So, yeah, I agree with you right there, man. I mean, this has to be it. This has to be the year. And, yeah, I'm hoping and praying, man. Fingers crossed.
Who you got? Let me just ask you real quick. Who you got making the World Series? I already know you're probably gonna pick the Dodgers. Who you got other than that?
I'm hoping the Yankees can make some noise, but realistically, I think the Cleveland Indians go through the East, and I think it'll be Indians versus Dodgers in the World Series. So we'll see, though, man. Fingers crossed. I mean. I just okay. So we got a little bit of a game, 6-4, in the 6th inning. So they even hit up. If they hit hard against Greinke, you know, I got some faith there. So now you get to their bullpen. So all right, but that's our show, guys. Love you for listening. I thought we touched a lot of ground today. So
yeah, we did. Next week we talk some more. We get into some college football next week. Talk about SC.
Oh yeah,
disappointing us. SC failed last Friday. Disappointed. I thought they were going to do it.
I
called it. I told a couple people. I tweeted it out. If you go back to my Twitter, I said those weekday games are very, very tricky.
Yeah.
Those weekday games on the road, I knew that was spelled disaster, and I knew it. SC wasn't ready to play, and they got whooped.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right, guys. Well, InTheFrontRow.com, InTheFrontRow Podcast, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow me on Instagram at Chris_InTheFrontRow, on Twitter at Chris_ITFR.
Me, just Mr. _D White on all the platforms. Talk to me, engage me in some conversation. I'm always up for a debate. Holla at me.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you.